was enchanted to meet you. All of the best people are crazy. Crazeful. All of the best people are crazeful. What's up, crazies? My name's Jessie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As someone who has worked in post-production as a conforming artist, I can tell you a lot about how movies are made and what to notice while watching them. The day has finally arrived. Bridgerton Season 4 Part 1 has been released and I will be reacting to all of the episodes together with you. You might have noticed I dressed up a little. Address me as Queen Crazeful or leave my domain at once. Just kidding, you can stay. I am so excited to watch one of my most favorite shows with you. Before we start, I have not read the books, so the only thing I know is that this is Benedict's season to shine and find his betrothed, and also that this is supposed to be a Cinderella retelling, which just happens to be my most favorite fairy tale. So I am hyped. Almost as hyped as I was for Penelope and Colin's friends to lovers in the last season, almost. I really hope that this Cinderella story will be told well and that Benedict will step into who he was becoming for the last 3 seasons. It's about time that it's his time. As I mentioned many moons ago in my favorite shows of 2024 video, which you can watch right here, I did not like at all what they did with his storyline in season 3. Queen Editor Crazeful, please roll the clip. Benedict's storyline, it was a bit annoying to me that they introduced a completely new set of characters. Instead, I would have much more preferred him rediscovering art and a potential queer side of him through that one lord in season 1 who we know was gay, who was an established character, who was also an artist, and who would have made a lot more sense in this context of Benedict exploring queer sides of him that he might have. Because we knew this character and we knew what his whole spiel was. That was my opinion. But what do you think? Did you like Benedict's storyline in season 3 or, like me, did not? Let me know in the comments down below. I just think that it felt like he was waiting for his season to come and everything that happened with him just felt like filler to me because it was not yet his turn, but he still needed something to happen. So I am curious to see what will happen this season. Will they bring his queer storyline back? Will they bring his art storyline back? Or will they disregard it all and write something new? Let's find out together. The season starts off with Bridgerton house being prepared for the arrival of the entire family. We get to see all the preparations being made for their arrival, and the swift movement of the camera following the servants around the house immediately pulled me back into the world of Bridgerton. We see a lot of the servants working and how they're working, I assume as a small foreshadowing of what will come later if this really is a Cinderella retelling, and as we all know, Cinderella is a servant.
Lord Featherington, we do not want anyone spilling tea on the heir to our great name.
So because of the falsified bequeathment of the Featherington title to the first son born from one of the 3 Featherington sisters, Penelope and Colin's son will earn the title or inherit the title of the Featherington, correct? But then any other sons of these 2 will then be Bridgertons, I assume. And any daughters too, of course. I wonder then, if that Lord Featherington for some reason doesn't have any male heirs, will the title then go to one of the other sons of Colin and Penelope, or will it be given to one of the sons of Penelope's sisters? This nobility system is confusing.
Oh, Penelope, I have missed you.
And I have missed you 2 together. I am so happy y'all are friends again. That was really annoying in the last season. I was like, can't they just be friends again? I'm excited to see what adventures they might discover this season, or what mischief. In all the welcome wishes and hugs and cuddling Elliot, Violet notices something.
Where is Benedict?
Good question. It is his season after all. My guess would be raking about the country because, let's be honest, all of the Bridgerton brothers, besides Gregory, are fuckboys. Speaking of, I really hope that Gregory will not follow in that suit. I really hope so.
Benedict Bridgerton!
Yep, knew it.
We'll have a discussion later.
Benedict. Since Anthony and Kate are still in India, Benedict is now in charge of the estate until the Viscounts return. And it's very apparent that he doesn't care nor really wants to be. Violet then enters the room to confront him about his earlier behavior.
You still have 2 sisters who must marry, and their fate depends on the family reputation, which requires you to be a gentleman and not a rake.
Language, mother.
Language. I can't hear that now with either thinking of Captain America.
Language.
Or Ted Wheeler.
Language.
You decide which one's the better pop culture. They live both rent-free in my head simultaneously at the same time.
Language.
But Violet is right, of course. Thank you for calling him a rake.
Thank you.
Which, if you did not know, is Victorian for fuckboy. Benedict goes on to say that he has no interest in marriage, and that all the ladies of the ton are the same dull woman with no dreams besides marriage, no personality, or authenticity. Harsh. But also, that's firstly because you've probably never taken the time to actually seriously get to know any one of those ladies. You've never looked at them with true interest or made the effort of getting to know them. And secondly, my dear Benedict, they are not allowed the same freedoms in behavior as you are. These debutantes are women in a time where a woman's only worth is to get married and have children. That's it. So, of course, all of their dreams are the same. They have no freedom to dream otherwise, because if they did dare and dream otherwise, they would be ousted by society, cast out, and made worthless.
All the eyes of the town will be on us, hosting the first ball. Do not humiliate me.
If he says, let's invite commoners to the ball, I will be sold on Cinderella storyline.
Lady Whistledown, Your Majesty.
Oh, right. The Queen and the entire ton now know that Penelope is Lady Whistledown. I'm curious to see how Penelope will write her column now. What she will write, if she can even write that well again, now that everyone knows. I would assume that anyone involved in any sort of gossip or scandal will stay far, far away from her and her observant gaze.
Dearest gentle reader.
Oh, I've missed those words. Girl, same.
Dearest gentle reader.
Yes! Julie Andrews is back. Still narrating Lady Whistledown. Oh, I was so sad to think that she would not do that anymore since they switched her voice to Penelope's voice at the end of season 3. And I was like, oh no! Will we now not have her voice? But they kept her. Yay! That's the best decision ever! Before the ball, Benedict, feeling out of place, I assume, goes somewhere not suited for eligible ladies of the ton, if you know what I mean. By the way 2 men interact with him, it is obvious that he has been exploring his bisexuality since the last season, which I appreciate. I'm interested to see how that will affect his future relationship and or marriage, if there is to be one.
Will they stay masked all evening?
Until the clock strikes midnight.
Sounds thrilling.
Thrilling for them. Chaos for us.
I love that we get to see some of the servants' personalities. Like, these 2 have been in Bridgerton since season 1, and I would gather that that's also the footman that Violet was talking about, if you know what I mean. But no, I really appreciate them showing us their lives and what it's like working at Bridgerton House as an employee. It adds some realism the show needed, in my opinion, and it de-romanticizes this entire time period, and I appreciate that. Who put Nicola in black? There are like 500 colors that would suit her so much better than that. Because she, like me, is just too fromage to wear pure black. Does not flatter our delicate complexion. Put her in a dark green or a red. Because now in this scene, you gave her blonde hair, so the red wouldn't clash with her red hair. So put her in like a deep dark red or something. And it would still be a statement color without making her look like she's attending a funeral. Is that her? Is this our Cinderella? And that color, perfectly suited for this actress. Look how it flatters her complexion. See, it's not that hard. Also, if this is Cinderella, which I am very sure, I appreciate that the gown is silver because the OG Cinderella's dress was actually silver, not blue. It was actually silver. It's through the Mandela effect that we all think it's blue, but it was actually silver. And it's also silver in the Drei Haselnüsse für Aschenbrödel, which is of course the OG Cinderella story. Which I'm so sad you non-German speakers cannot watch. Oh well. No, I love that movie. It's like a German Christmas classic. They always rerun it. It was a Czech-German co-production from the 70s, and they told the actual Cinderella story, how it was written by the Brothers Grimm. It's such a fun movie, and the dress was silver.
Just be out by midnight.
Oh, she has to be gone by midnight. Completely new concept. Never heard of it. What could possibly go wrong? Dang. Look at that. Look at the intricate detail of everything. Like, that floor painting. Wow. They transformed this ballroom in something completely new. Like, you cannot even recognize that this is Bridgerton house. See, this is why I love Bridgerton. The effort it took to set up and shoot this scene. This is months of work. Months. Take in consideration all the costumes, all the wigs, all the masks, all the decorations, then all of them learning the dances, writing the music. This is incredible, as always. And just, you know, part of the magic of the show.
Glorious.
Exactly. Wait. Stepmother, two stepsisters. This is getting Cinderella-ier by the minute. Also, hi Cho Chang, you look stunning. Also, loving the East Asian representation this season. Let's go. They have been underrepresented for 3 seasons, and also the spin-off, so 4, technically.
I'm Zeus.
I am Zeus.
Agreed. Lady Danbury, you make a great Zeus. But why do you call it Zeus?
Zeus.
Zeus?
Zeus.
Choice. If all else fails, just pronounce it the German way. Choice.
Perhaps the Greek gods would play the healing card.
I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it for Violet to get some. No, but for Violet to experience her second love. She deserves another chance at happiness. You know, because she's always looked out for everyone in her family. For all of her children to find love, find someone to spend the rest of their lives with, right? But what about her? You know, she lost the love of her life. But who says she can't have a second love? She deserves for it to be her turn for once. And I really like Marcus. Like, he really is such a gentleman. He's honest and sincere about what he wants and that he wants her, but he's also a gentleman. Like, he doesn't pressure her or rush her. He just is clear about his intentions and gives Violet the chance to reciprocate. And I think that's exactly what Violet needs. To everyone's surprise, the queen does decide to show up. And oh my god, look at her. That dress, that wig, she looks like the Queen of Hearts. Look at that. Oh, what that is? I can see her yelling that. And this outfit, you know, actually a not so subtle wink at her playing with the tons, hearts, and emotions. So she really is the Queen of Hearts. She thinks she knows them best and that she can dictate who will be with whom. Even though, don't tell her that I said this, she gets it wrong most of the time. Oopsie. Nevertheless, even if she gets it wrong, the ton are at the mercy of her whims. Just like the Queen of Hearts. Our Queen of Hearts decides that this year she will not choose a debutante, but rather a leading suitor.
To fire the competition.
I don't see her choosing Benedict. That man is like the most ton unsuitable man there is in the ton. So if she chooses him, I don't... Why? Wait, is she just like Barbie of Swan Lake? With like Barbie Pegasus hair? Look! She's got the ribbon and all. The band of courage or whatever. I swear the designer of Violet Bridgerton's outfit here was a Barbie fan. Like, she could play Erica in this outfit. Let's go! Representation! No, but like, I swear I have the Swan Lake Barbie doll from back then, and it has literally that, like, that sheer fabric with the pink and the blue. Like, this is Barbie. This is Barbie Swan Lake. And she looks stunning too, so. 2 hours late, and at least in a tipsy state, Benedict finally arrives at the ball. Violet approaches him, ordering him to engage with the debutantes, and unenthusiastically, he obliges. Meanwhile, we find out that Cho Chang and her daughters have set their eyes on Benedict in the hopes of one of the daughters marrying him, making him into the prince. I gotta say, in a Cinderella retelling, Benedict being the oblivious prince who can't tell who Cinderella is without her mask is hilarious to me and actually believable, if I'm honest. But also, if he finds out that she's a commoner, he would be the one in the family who wouldn't care about her status like that. Because he doesn't even think highly of the society and its made up rules. Like, he had this moment in season 3 where he talked with Tilly, and Tilly was like, what are we even doing here? Like, the society is all made up rules. Like, we pretend like the most important people on earth are these few hundred families in Mayfair, and that's it.
We play by all the rules. And rarely do we question the meaning of any of it for a moment.
I think this was a seed planted that makes this story work as well, because it helped, I think, Benedict realize that the society is all made up, which is also why he doesn't want to be part of it, really. And so it would make sense for him to pursue someone who is of lesser standing than him. It fits his character in that he would see her for who she was and not her standing.
I've made a decision. I am on the shelf.
On the shelf makes her sound like a useless product you put away. I hate that. I hate that expression. But what was that? Eloise is finally aiming to fulfill her dream of becoming a spinster? Well, right on. Come join me up here. Get up here. Let's dance. Let's dance. It's entirely thrilling. Being a spinster. In all the hullabaloo and trying to avoid all of the interested frothing at the mouth after him debutante, Benedict rushes through the crowd when his eyes fall upon someone he takes particular notice of. Honestly, that would be me. I love chandeliers. Look, see, this is in my house. I love chandeliers. And let's be real, this decor and architecture of Bridgerton house is, as she had so perfectly put it, wonderfully
Glorious.
A lady with an interest in chandeliers? Sign me up. Wow, that didn't take much to impress you, did it, Benedict? He was like, ew, all these ladies want marriage and kids. How boring. And then he sees a woman admire the decor and he's like, wow, she's so different. She has one other interest. But Benedict is not the only one who takes notice of her.
Pardon me, young lady. Could I trouble you for the next dance?
Unfortunately, my name is next.
Smooth. Well done. I give you that.
It is rare to see someone beaming with joy at one of these things.
My God, you're so spoiled, Benedict. Poor, unentertained rich kid. Has to go to a ball every now and then. How horrible your life is. Girl, you don't even know how many people would kill to be in your place.
Oh, I'm not looking for a husband.
You are not?
No.
The one and only chandelier-loving woman of the ton also is not looking to get married? She's just like me. Our Cinderella reveals to Benedict that she doesn't know how to dance. And to avoid unwanted attention, they both decide to sneak away to the private terrace unchaperoned. What would Lady Whistledown write if she found out about this? But as it happens, there is something else Lady Whistledown could write about.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Get some. You deserve it. Let your garden bloom, Lady Bridgerton. Let's go. Of course, because super convenient coincidences need to happen in every single season of Bridgerton, the queen, for whatever reason, chooses Benedict to be her suitor for the season. Because he is rich, handsome.
And a Bridgerton.
Great pick, Your Majesty. Yeah. Great. Totally suitable. Suitable suitor. Good job. Totally With you there.
You're not like the other young ladies, you know.
Oh my god. Not him starting off with the "you're not like other girls" speech immediately when he hardly even knows her. And he doesn't even know her name.
And what is wrong with the other young ladies?
They are...
Constantly pursuing you.
Yeah, exactly. You show no interest in me, but the chandelier. And so decidedly, you are different. And I want you, and you're the one. Our Cinderella goes off on Benedict, telling him exactly what I mentioned before, that all those young ladies he's so bothered by their attention have been groomed since before they could talk or walk for the pursuit. It is their one and only purpose. And for that rant alone, I love her.
Cannot help but feel a little out of place at a society function.
How can that be true?
Bro, you said it yourself. Because she's not like other girls.
You really did not know who I am.
Conceited, but also, duh, she's not like other girls.
You know, you have managed not to tell me a single thing about yourself. Is that something you do? Put all of the attention on others so that no one might see beneath your surface?
Well, she just read that man like an open book. This is literally the essence of Benedict since season 1.
Sometimes it is easier to stay in shallow water.
Well, it is dull to swim in the same waters day after day.
Perhaps the reason is that I too feel like an imposter.
Honestly, this is what I find really refreshing about Benedict. Yeah, he's aloof and does not take anything too seriously, but ask him some honest and pointed questions, and he will honestly reflect on himself and tell you about himself, and then you know where you're at with him. He has a very clear and correct image of himself. He knows who he is and that that person does not fit into the society that he's supposed to fit into. Unlike Anthony, who I cannot stand, by the way. I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. I love Jonathan Bailey, but I hate Anthony. You cannot believe how pissed I got with him in season 2. He was so arrogant. He is so arrogant and completely full of himself.
I find your opinion of yourself entirely too high.
He thinks he can do no wrong and knows everything best. He holds everyone around him to the highest standards that he himself does not even fulfill, but is utterly convinced that he does. There is no self-reflection in any of his behavior or thoughts. And no, not even Kate triggered self-reflection in him, which we could clearly all see in season 3 when Colin opened up to him and Kate about marriage and stuff, and Anthony was not even aware that him and Kate had problems they had to deal with and get through.
You think our marriage is perfect?
Was it not?
He just is like, no, everything is perfect, we're perfect, I'm perfect.
Marriage takes hard work.
Our marriage is not hard work.
Feel free to come at me, Cantony fans. Take your best shot. I don't care. But those two are my least favorite season and also my least favorite pair simply because of Anthony's endless arrogance. He is policing everyone around him, privileged as he thinks he is, while at the same time raking about the country and still calling himself a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman.
I'm sorry. Is the gentleman in the room with us? Because everything that you've done is quite literally the opposite of what a true gentleman is. And that also didn't stop when he met Kate. He kept a mistress in season 1. He led on Kate, but then also tried marrying her sister. They were like at the altar, right? And never did he reflect on his behavior. He still thinks he is morally impeccable. But you see, this is why I like Benedict. He knows he's not a gentleman, but he would also never call himself that. And he would never pretend to be someone he's not. His view of himself is very clear. Even though he's flawed, he knows who he is. And that is a great character. And Benedict continues being the kindest person when he starts teaching this mystery woman how to dance, affirming her when she gets it right and gently guiding her when she gets it wrong. What a man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
I hate myself right now.
This scene of them dancing and enjoying each other's company is so sweet and romantic. It truly brings out all the feels and is so beautifully lit and shot. The colors are so warm and inviting and make me become fully immersed in this world. I love the blue-orange contrast in the lighting. The orange coming from the right, as if the lighting from the house is spilling onto the terrace, while the bright blue light shines from the left, impersonating moonlight. Genius cinematography. Benedict then asks if he can call on her tomorrow, but she tells him that that is impossible.
Oh, we should not.
And he could never. And let's be honest, let's throw Colin in there too. Yes, Benedict has also been raking about, but when he meets a person who he thinks is an eligible lady of the ton, he does not cross the line in the way her reputation or honor would be sullied. He respects the consequences this would have for her, and that is what sets him apart from his brothers. He is more of a gentleman than Anthony could ever be. And he's not even calling himself one.
Please tell me your name.
Cinderella, duh. And also 3, 2, 1, the clock will strike 12 right here, right now, right?
Oh,
Of course.
I must go.
Please, do not leave.
Dang, girl. You are not like other girls. But finally a first kiss in Bridgerton without them going at it right then and there. How refreshing. And now he has her glove. This is so Cinderella. I'm sold. I'm sold. Fun fact, in German, glove means Handschuh, which literally is hand shoe. So she literally left her shoe behind. I love this. And of course, in the end, we find out that she is in fact not a lady of the ton, but a servant in Cho Chang's household, whose name is Lady Penwood, by the way. And just like the fairy tale goes, nobody recognized that the mysterious woman Benedict was with was actually their own servant, and her name is Sophie.
Have you taken an interest in a young lady?
No, but I can now respect what they were all up against. Hundreds of hours of preparation, all in the hope of simply being noticed.
See, and this is another thing I love about Benedict. He's able to accept influence. Super green flag. Sophie, a stranger whose name he doesn't even know and whose opinion does not have to matter to him in the slightest. Let him have it, and he listened. And thus had his horizon broadened by now understanding a bit more of what it means to be a debutante out in society.
Dreams seem tangible, and yet, gentle readers, one must eventually wake up.
This is hitting a little bit too close to home right now. What the fuck, Bridgerton? What a beginning of a season. I absolutely love it so far. I'm intrigued, I'm excited, and I cannot wait to be even more wowed. Everything is still as beautiful and stunning as it has always been. Even though we are now in the 4th season of Bridgerton, Bridgerton still feels like Bridgerton, while still introducing new ideas, new characters, and new sides of the same society. This show immediately feels familiar but also refreshing. The old and the new are perfectly getting acquainted, and I'm so ready for the next episode. Episode 2 starts with Benedict drawing again. Hello! Yes, finally they are revisiting his artistic side. I missed that. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to who or what he is drawing. Just kidding, of course, it's this mystery acquaintance. We are then taken back in time before the ball, where we see the first glimpse of how Lady Penwood and her daughter Rosamond mistreat Sophie. They are as cold and mean as they come, whereas the other daughter, Posy, is obviously more kind-hearted and naive than the rest of her family. Thus, the trio perfectly embodying stepmother, Drusilla, and Anastasia. Rightfully so, Sophie lets off steam with her colleagues in the servants' quarters, how unappreciative they are and how angry she is that they get to go and experience the beauty of a ball. And I must say, I really like Sophie already. She clearly has an interesting personality. She's kind and obviously caring, but also bold and speaks her mind. A little like Eloise, to be honest, in the boldness. So no wonder Benedict took a liking to her immediately.
You could go tonight.
What? I cannot go.
It's a masquerade ball. No one will recognize you.
You deserve to go tonight.
You deserve to belong.
Couldn't agree more. Listen to your fairy godmother and the mice, and
You're going to have a great time at the ball.
because flashbacks are fun, we're flung back even further in time, where we get to see Cinderella's origin story of how her father married her stepmother. But we do find out that Lord Lee calls Sophie his ward, not his daughter, and that Lady Penwood taking care of her as her own was sort of sprung on her. She obviously did not know about Sophie before they got married. I am confused why he does not call Sophie his daughter. Maybe she is a daughter of a sister or a brother who passed, and thus Lord Lee took her in as his ward, like Sherlock in Enola Holmes, you know? Back in the present, Benedict surprises Eloise and Violet by actually joining them out in society, even offering to be Eloise's chaperone.
We must find the owner of this glove. In return, I shall protect you from Mother and her matchmaking reign of terror.
Sounds like a perfect deal, to be honest.
You are often my favorite brother.
Also, side note, Benedict and Eloise are my favorite sibling duo. They are just so fun to watch. Benedict decides to enlist the help of Penelope to try and find his mystery woman.
She was alone on a terrace with a man. That is bad enough. What is even worse is that man is a
notorious rake.
How dare you?
True. He, like all of his brothers except for Gregory, is a fuckboy.
I am a lover of pleasure, a free spirit, untrammeled by mere convention.
You're a rake.
I love that he admits it in the end. But unlike his brothers, he at least owns it. He then suggests Penelope, sort of anonymously, writes about him in her column that he is looking for someone. Even though Eloise and Penelope don't think that that might be a good idea, eventually Penelope agrees to help.
If Mother does not see you speaking to suitors at least once, she will surely intervene.
What a charming relation you have brought on this promenade.
Oh, that's such a mood. Oh, that's such a mood. Let's look at it again. Oh my god, she's so iconic. Absolutely same girl. Me when I'm at. Period. Of course, after Penelope's new column, everyone kind of gets that it's Benedict, and every eligible woman flocks to him in the hopes of being the one he's looking for. He then stares at all of their lips, as one does, to see if he recognizes his mystery woman. But bro, like, she was Asian. You are making it so much harder on yourself here. You could just eliminate everyone who's not East Asian and what's up? Wazoo! There's like 5 in total left in the entire ton, because there literally have not been a lot of Asians in the show, to be honest, East Asians. So yeah, this should not be too hard. There's like 5 families in the entire ton who are East Asian, maximum. Bro, this colorblind casting does not work here unless Benedict is a literal dunderhead. I've never used that word before. Here we are. But after a futile and fruitless search at every ball and soiree and not finding her, Benedict admits to Eloise that he's giving up. Well, that went by quickly. Really desperate to find her 1 minute, then not finding her after like 2 weeks, and then giving up. That is how you find true love, kids. Give up. Give up. Astute as she is, Violet of course figures out that the bachelor in question in Penelope's column is of course Benedict. She confronts him, and he finally tells her the truth.
Searching for her has been fruitless.
Which is why you should confide in your mother. If you had, I would have told you to start with Penwood House.
Mother knows best.
I met Miss Lee. She is not the lady I met at your ball.
There are other young ladies staying with the family.
Always listen to your mother, kids. Just do that. Unless it's Georgia from Ginny and Georgia.
Here's the thing about violence. Sometimes it is very much the answer.
Don't listen to her. Taking his mother's advice, Benedict goes to the Penwood household to call on Posey. Oh, that's the perfect song. Oh, that's the perfect song. That's like their song. That's perfect. There I was again tonight, forcing laughter, faking smile. Same old tired, lonely place. I was enchanted to meet you. This is perfect. This is literally what happened. Taylor Swift, man. She knew. She wrote this song so much in advance. Or maybe this song is just for all Cinderella stories. Please don't be in love with someone else. Oh my god, I love this song. I think I listened to that song when I was like a teenager like 5,000 times at least. Didn't she even have a perfume called Enchanted because the song was so popular? Or that she liked it so much? This is taking me back. Back to when I was a teenager. And also the orchestral version of this is so beautiful. Ah, this is great. This is so beautiful. Oh!
He's looking for you.
He asked for Posy. Look how kind he is to her.
Have courage.
And be kind.
And he is kind. That's why I love him. The sweet footman encourages Sophie to have courage, a wink, and go into the room and tell him who she is.
He does not want to find me.
Dang it. It would have been so great if she like bursts into the room and like, Sebus, it's me. It's me. You're looking for.
He wants to find the lady in the silver gown, and she is not real.
But true, yeah. He's looking for a made-up version of her that he's conjured up in his mind. And she can't be sure if he will want her if she told him the truth, and also they can't be together because she's a servant. So yeah, I get it. Oh fuck. Yeah, see? Even my flowers fell down. Oh no. That was perfect timing, bruv.
Put them on. Now. Perfect fit.
Not at all on the nose with the Cinderella reference. No, not at all.
I've suffered having you under my roof all these years, and you repay me with this duplicity.
How have you suffered? I have served your every whim all these years without wages, without complaint.
You were his error.
Okay, so Sophie is her father's bastard child, I assume, because Lady Penwood just called her an error of her father. Cool. Punishing a child for the mistakes of her father. What a great society y'all live in. In their confrontation, Sophie demands to know why Lady Penwood has kept her all these years if she was nothing more than an error of her father and a burden to her. Instead of answering that question, Lady Penwood replies,
I should have put you out on the street.
And so Sophie is dismissed and gets on a carriage, leaving Mayfair. Benedict and Eloise find themselves on the swings again for a deep talk.
I am not getting married anytime soon.
But you wanted to.
She clearly did not agree. Why would she?
Why would she not?
I am not the Bridgerton anyone should give their heart to.
Bullshit. You're the one who at least has integrity.
Unserious one, the rake, the free spirit.
And yeah, you're free-spirited and stuff, but you are authentic in who you are. And you know who you are. And that is attractive. Side note, let's get technical for a little bit. I want to mention this incredible VFX shot right here. This took months. 6, at least, I would gather. Let me list what they had to do for this, okay? They had to computer generate the entire city, render the lighting so it looks realistic. Then they had to film people in costumes and carriages with horses and everything, to place all of that super duper tiny into this composition. Then they even made a time lapse, making all of them walk around and making that look realistic, whilst changing the lighting from day to night to day to night to day to night. I'm floored. If I wasn't already sitting, I'd be sitting down. This is an incredible visual effects composition and executed brilliantly. And all of that for like 8 seconds of the actual screen time it gets. It's unbelievable. This show still has such a high production quality. It's insane. This is why these cost so much and take so long. It's crazy. Benedict finds himself at another party somewhere in the countryside. He meets an acquaintance that enthusiastically tells him that he has fallen in love with a young woman who has agreed to be his mistress. Benedict, clearly taken aback by that statement, makes his way outside, where he happens upon some men trying to have their way with the servants of the household. He fights them off.
She's only a maid! Apologize, sir! I apologize. Treat a woman in such a manner ever again, and I'll personally ensure you never return to society.
What a man.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
And guess who he will meet right then and there? Is she gonna tell him? Will we have the big reveal?
Mr. Bridgerton.
Do we know one another?
No, we do not know each other.
No, of course not. Duh. What was I thinking? And of course he doesn't recognize her. it's Benedict.
Benedict!
And also there are like 6 more episodes left, so the mystery has to, continue. Just a little longer at least. But I do hope she tells him by the end. That would annoy me a lot if they like spend some time with each other for whatever reason and then she doesn't tell him. I hate miscommunication stuff. Let's see. In another flashback, we find out that I was indeed right about Sophie's mother. She was a maid who let herself become a mistress. And when Sophie's father died, he did not, according to Lady Penwood, include Sophie in his will, even though he promised her he would always take care of her. But this is why Sophie had no other choice but to become a maid, a servant, being his illegitimate daughter.
Mr. Cavendish's parents were returning in the morning. I only had to make it through the night.
What about when his parents went away again? Did you mean always to be on your guard? That is no way to live.
Welcome to the real world, Benedict. That's what it's like being a woman. Men figuring out life. We have to be on our guard always. Always, everywhere. Everything, everywhere, all at once. We have to be on the lookout for danger. And that is, as you have put it, no way to live. But as Sophie has put it,
and do you believe I'm afforded that choice?
what choice do we have? Because of the hullabaloo, Sophie was fired from this household. Gentleman as he is, he promises Sophie to find work for her and her friend. He assures her that she's safe with him, and assessing his former actions, she trusts him and goes with him.
You certain we've not met?
Tell him, tell him, tell him. Tell him you're...
I am only a maid.
I'm just a girl in a world where I scrub floors and clean shoes. Sorry. Anyone who says I'm just I have that song. I've been Hannah Montana'd. And thus the episode ends with Benedict and Sophie riding off on a carriage at night. Let's immediately move on to final thoughts. I really, really liked the first 2 episodes. Most importantly, it still feels like Bridgerton. So far, I didn't notice any second screen bullshit writing thing that Netflix has now been forcing on the writers' rooms. In case people are on their phones, we have to over-explain stuff and make things obvious, like we definitely had in Stranger Things Season 5, where I did a reaction to as well. I will link it up here. The quality is still flawless, as it has been from day 1 of Season 1. And for that, I'm extremely glad. Being able to keep up and really keep to this really high production quality for 4 seasons straight plus a spin-off. That is no small task. But yet again, Bridgerton meets all of the requirements and goes above and beyond to make the show look as beautiful and breathtaking as ever. All the costumes and wigs are incredibly made, with such attention to detail. The decor and set design is also so intricate and immaculate. The camera work, lighting, and cinematography match the pace and mood of the show and immediately pull you into its spell. And of course, everyone's acting is so natural and their chemistry is impeccable. Benedict and Sophie work so well together. This casting of Jessie and I've alongside Luke Thompson was perfection. I also like that we're already straying a bit away from the typical story plotline of a Cinderella story in episode 2, which makes this story interesting and keeps you guessing because you can't predict everything now. In the first episode, she goes to the ball, meets the prince, leaves behind her handschuh, and in episode 2, he goes looking for her. But different from the fairy tale, he does not find her yet. Instead, her stepmother finds out, and she's dismissed from the household. That's never happened in any Cinderella retelling. And it's also different from the fairy tale, because now Cinderella is on her own, trying to brace the world. My theories as to how the story could continue is that I think that Benedict will probably find her work at Bridgerton House and take her back home. And this is then how they will get to know each other more, fall in love, etc. And because of her working at Bridgerton House, he will eventually find out that she is the Silver Lady. And this finding out could go 2 ways. Either he is overjoyed in that it's her and he's like, oh yay, I found you. Or it could go really badly and he's super angry with her and like, why the heck didn't you tell me who you were? From how I would analyze Benedict and his personality, I would think it's the former, because I think he's empathetic enough to understand her reasons of why she wouldn't tell him who she is because of her standing in society. But as I've mentioned, I think he would assure her that he could not care less about her standing and chooses her nonetheless, Bridgerton's name and his reputation be damned. However, the question is, would Sophie also choose him? She told him that she's not looking for a husband, and she meant that. And also, we as the audience now know that she's not nobility, so they cannot be together. It just wouldn't work. So I'm curious how the writers will solve that issue. Maybe we will find out that the stepmother lied when she told Sophie that her father did not include her in the will. I think that's the only way they could be together, is if it comes out sometime later that Sophie actually is nobility. Otherwise, she could only be like his mistress or something. That's it. But wasn't that the case also in the Hilary Duff version, where Fiona, Jennifer Coolidge, icon, we love her, hid the will, and actually Hilary Duff was the true owner of the diner and everything? So maybe they took that from the Hilary Duff version, and we will find out that she is a lady after all. But I guess we'll have to continue watching to find that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. What are your thoughts and feelings on the first 2 episodes of the new Bridgerton season? Please keep in mind to not spoil how this season will continue. We want to watch this show together without being spoiled, so no spoilers in the comments. And also, if you ever wondered why Bridgerton takes so long to make new seasons, I have answered this at length in a video which you can watch right here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, but also to my second channel, Jessie Grace, where I make music, and also my third channel, which is a podcast that I have with my sister. It's called The Way, the Truth, and the Lies. It's about spirituality and faith and how we both managed to break out of a very toxic belief system. If that's for you, a new episode just recently dropped on February 1st. Link to all of that is in the description down below. Stay crazy. See you in 2 weeks with the next 2 episodes.